Alright, Mel, we're rolling.
Okay.
Your IMDb profile page and your Wikipedia page describes you as an aspiring young actress from Spain.
It's Spain, indeed, yeah. That's where I'm from.
And it calls you a bit of a diva. How has a diva managed to deal with such treacherous wild conditions?
To be quite honest, it was very hard at the beginning. I'm still struggling now. I mean, today I'm still struggling. But I think it's about adapting to the culture, you know, because it's obviously very, very important for, you know, broadening horizons, etc., etc.
Highlights of this trip, I would say driving is one for me. I've thoroughly enjoyed just being on the road and seeing new things every day. Wildlife encounters, whether it be clubbing cane toads or running over snakes accidentally, or rather more humanely just looking at crocs and stingrays and other variety of marine life has been awesome.
Where do I start? Listening to Happy Feet in the car, definitely. And Hairspray, definitely. Probably killing snakes, taking a shower while listening to you guys massacring poor little cane toads, getting a tattoo. This is my little lizard tattoo. I was a little bit hungover that day. Just Greg woke me up and was like, it's tattoo time. I was like, fuck it, let's do this.
We went to Navy Pier and we stroked the shark sexually. We dove underwater with our sunglasses and looked extraordinarily cool, I must say. We talked a lot of trash in the van and we asked a lot of hypothetical situations. The result of which we decided is that we would have sex with midgets and amputees because they're people too and they deserve loving.
What else? Diving. Actually, no, not diving. Snorkeling. Sorry. Snorkeling with manta rays and great white sharks. Actually, just, you know, saw a few, but wasn't really afraid. I was like, what up? Do you know what I mean? It was alright.
Yeah, but that truth has to be told. What happened is that we were snorkeling around, seeing some, you know, turtles and rays and stuff, and I came across a shark. So I did what I thought was a good idea and shout, doing the symbol at males, shark, shark, you know, basically come have a closer look at it. And that's where I saw her running on the water. The boat was like 100 meters away. When I turned my head, she was already taking off the wetsuits on the board, and I was actually really impressed. But, you know, she'll tell you she's been with great whites, and which is, in a heart, kind of true.
Hanging out with a Hollywood star, you know what I mean? Like, I've never done that before, and that's been a very much a highlight. Meeting Australia's genuine Croc Dundee, who was actually French. I never thought that would happen, from Bordeaux, from a winemaking region in the south of, well, in France. Yeah, that's been a highlight as well.
We went swimming in waterfalls. I lost my shoes and my fucking dive book to the toilet. Motherfucking toilet. Gonna have to buy new fucking shoes. We drove a lot. We nearly killed an iguana and ate it, but it got away. Lucky fuck. And we've had several drunken nights where we learned how to play a game where you try to count to 25. It sounds easy, but it's really not.
So, what is the craziest thing you've done lately?
Craziest thing I've done? I'm actually a drop bear researcher back home. That's actually how I started this trip. I'm doing a thesis at the moment at the apparent infallibility in the way of Europeans coming to Australia and their lack of awareness about drop bears. So, just being on this trip in general in very thick drop bear territory has been pretty crazy, to be honest. I mean, to share it with a couple of Europeans it's been pretty cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Quite a bit of fear of drop bears, though, I must say. Even though I enjoy so much like the savage life and whatever, we came across a quite fair bit of drop bear trees around the campgrounds we've been to, and that was a bit scary sometimes. But that's why we had like the big ass Paddy's knife to cook the fillets fish. they actually fished. This was the, well, one of the highlights, cooking the fish in the toilets in the Exmouth, what was different.
Who fished
in the
it?
marina. Yeah.
Who caught it?
Melina Matthews Fernandez. No disrespect. And
Sure. What do you say to the rumours about that you haven't shaved your legs in 3 weeks?
Right, no, this has to be a real interview, guys. I have shaved my legs with the oil that we bought the other day. We bought like an oily coconut oil, and that's great to shave your legs.
Excellent.
At the back of the van. This is the conditions I'm actually, you know, experiencing right now.
I don't know, before this trip I was very much what I considered a heterosexual man. I don't have feelings for Greg as such. I mean, I admire him and I value him as a friend, but
I'm crying.
Attraction's a whole different story. And even sitting here now, I'm struggling not to just sneak my eyes across and just look at that wild animal. So, the top 3 problems to occur with the van, what are your favourites?
Top 3, okay, Moses, but it was not that bad. I expected worse, to be honest. Moses, the wildlife in a tent in the morning. I'm talking about Mel. You have to see that to believe it from your eyes. I mean, don't talk to her when she's coming out of the tent. Things can go wrong. It did. That's probably one of the major threats we have been facing in this trip. The awaking, sleeping stuff, and yeah. Also, when she does her nails, don't interrupt. Just shut the fuck up.
Maybe wearing my swimsuit for about 6-7 days on a row. Probably 20 days now, since I didn't have time to clean my underwear.
This swimsuit?
Yeah. It's actually called trikini.
It's growing mushrooms.
Growing mushrooms in the car. Another brilliant thing that happened to us. Okay, what's that tattoo there over there? What's it say?
This one?
Yeah.
It's Jaleo, or Jaleo. It's one of my favourite Ricky Martin songs. Yeah, he's probably up there in my top 3 performers of all time, up there with Britney Spears and Lady Gaga. And it's just a great dance track that I can dance along to. Is it true that you actually may have had a relationship with a manta ray at some stage? Because I know you love them.
Well, it's not like I'm not uncomfortable talking about it, but it's just that what happens in the sea stays in the sea. And I would like to leave it here, if you don't mind.
What are your main reasons? What drove you to this? Was it the people? Was it because you wanted to,
I was looking for adventure. I was looking to get off the beaten track, and I'm glad to say we've done a lot of that. A lot of savage camping, a lot of cooking in bizarre places like toilets, on the side of the road, using windshields, using mattresses as windshields, whatever we can. Eating sand. I never knew sand was such an excellent accompaniment to food, Salt and pepper, overrated. Been there, done that. Try some sand. Really good stuff. So in terms of getting off the beaten track, that's been sensational. Meeting new people, obviously, as well. New friends. A new lover, obviously.
The key message of this trip, well, probably that's kind of the spirit of the trip first, was more like accepting challenges, like, guys, this beach is full of crocs, salty 6 meters, they hunt you down. There are box jellyfishes, it's the most poisonous animal on the planet, strong currents, it's filled of sharks, just, don't go the fuck swim there. And, challenge accepted, that's exactly what we did. Because that's how we roll, because we can.
But why did you do all these things?
Why? Because we can.
Why did you do all this? Why?
Because I can.